Aries, welcome back. For those of you returning, for those of you brand new, welcome to the channel. Thanks to all of you who keep returning. I really appreciate each and every one of you. I can't wait to do your reading. I know it's been half a minute, so thank you for your patience. We're going to start out with the mini tarot dice. Remember, this reading is for anybody with an Aries, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus. Take what resonates, leave what doesn't. And if it doesn't resonate now, it definitely can in the future. That's how tarot works, all right? It's energy. So we're going to pull out the mini tarot dice. We're going to pull out the jumbo tarot dice. The jumbo tarot dice are the major arcana of the tarot deck. So yeah, let's go ahead and get started. I'm going to pull love messages. I'm going to see if there's anything to do with finance, career, family, home. It can all show up in here. You know, if I say he, it might be she. It's not gender specific. So again, take what resonates, leave what doesn't. And we have cross watchers here too, so it very well may play out from the cross watchers perspective. So I'm gonna say, you know, this is your energy, this is their energy, but it might be vice versa. So just remember that, okay? All right, let's get into it. There will be a part 2. I've never done part 2s, at least not in a long time for you, Aries. I'm gonna try to start doing it for all the signs. So if I find they're popular and you really want the extra guidance, they will be there for the taking. I always do them for Scorpio, for Cancer, and for the collective, but I'm going to start doing it for the other signs. If it doesn't work out, then I will stop doing them, because it does take a lot of my energy to do the part 2s as well as, of course, the part 1. So if that's something you're interested in purchasing, is the part 2, that will be in the upper right hand corner. It'll say part 2 watch now, and in the bottom area you click the more button. That's where you can order a personal reading if you want. They are open at shacy.com, and the part 2 information options are there as well. All right, let's get into it. I know we're anxious. I'm super anxious. I'm going to also pull the tarot charms for you for in honor of April, and then of course in part 2 I will pull them for May. I'll get more into part 2 in a bit. I know we're anxious, so let's get into it. Wow, I just noticed here you're going to have a lot going on, or you do have a lot going on. There are plans being made for the future and a lot of thinking going on. I feel like some of you could be dealing with someone from the past, or a past soul to soul, you know, a soul to soul connection that you have, where you just feel that pitter patter for this person. What I'm definitely getting here is that there is a very intense attraction. Okay. I say that because we have the Lovers energy here. I know it's so tiny, but that's the Lovers. So you could be dealing with a Gemini. I have Aquarius here. I have Virgo. I have Capricorn. I also have Libra. Aries, of course, you, Aquarius, Capricorn, Leo, strongly here as well. But it could be any sign. And again, like, we all have placements, air, water, fire, earth, somewhere, okay? So it's really not important. It's more important about what's going on here. So what I'm seeing here is that there is a leap of faith that we're thinking about taking here. We're thinking about taking this leap of faith, but we do feel like it's a little bit of a risk, a bit of a chance here. You could be dealing with a masculine fire sign, or you're talking to a masculine fire sign, or that's who's coming towards you. But I also have earth energy here. But what's interesting here is I have the devil energy twice, okay? So it's like we're really feeling this real attraction. It's quite strong. We feel and we're sure that this is our destiny and we want success. This is our person. This is our person. We want to take action towards them, and we're really thinking, like, how can we do this? How can we do this? I feel like whoever I'm talking to, you feel like this is your person. Again, vice versa. Feel free to flip the energies and don't shoot the messenger. I find it interesting that we have the star energy here twice, and we have the devil energy here twice. That's very significant. Okay, this is like, this is my person. This is my destiny. They're real. They're authentic. You could be in the limelight. You could be getting a lot of attention. This is my person. This is who I want to be with. This is who I can, you know, experience growth with. This is my shiny star. Somebody feels like you are their person, again, or vice versa. I can have a really balanced connection, and I feel like really jealous if I see this person with anybody else, or getting attention from somebody else. You know, maybe this person was watching you and they were really worried about you being with somebody else. So this person could have jealous tendencies for some of you here that you're not even aware of. because they're keeping an eye on you and they're trying to make decisions for the future about what they want. And I feel like they want to change things with you. They want to balance things with you, okay, is what I'm getting. So let's go ahead and see what the messages are. I'm going to use a double-decker vintage deck. While I have you here, take a hot millisecond and do me a favor and hit the like button. It only takes a millisecond, and it's a fantastic and free way to support your fellow Aries. And it's also helps everybody to understand your energy better. Okay, so cross watchers, it's important for you to hit the like button as well if you want somebody to understand Aries better as well, because it's helped you in some way. Let's see what's going on. And hitting the notification bell will get you notified of future readings as well, because if you're brand new, you may never find my channel again if this resonates for you. I also want to get a couple of love messages here. We're going to dig so much deeper, so don't go anywhere. I'm going to pull the tarot charms near the end of the reading. I'm going to get love messages, the confessions from your soulmate, what they would like to say to you, advice, guidance, and what's going on in their energy and the mutual energy. So let's see. Let go of the need to control. Allow the situation to unfold naturally. Okay, so it's kind of like, you know, I'm kind of waiting here with the Three of Wands. I know that you're my ship with the Two of Wands, and I'm thinking about the future, but I'm also obsessing about the future because it's like somebody knows they can't control how things are happening here, and it can be driving them crazy because they're very, very attached to you, or you're very attached to them, and you want what you want. I get it. I'm a Scorpio. So, but no, truly, Spirit is saying that we have to let go of control. It's like, I'm waiting. You know, I've put in, some of you feel like you've put a lot of effort into this connection. It can be to a job as well. This can also be about your career. You've been putting a lot of, effort into your career, and you feel like it's really fair and you're destined to go towards this path. Okay. But I mostly feel like this is about a connection because we have the Six of Cups here. And this is about nostalgia and quite possibly, again, thinking about somebody who is from your past, or there's a past life soul-to-soul connection that, again, with the devil energy here twice, that you feel really connected to at that soul-to-soul level here, with the Star Destiny card. I like to call it my destiny card because to me, that's what it is. This is a destined soulmate that you feel that you are meant to be with, And so I'm getting, though, that they want to reach out to you and they want to say they're sorry for some of you here, because they've been torn between two different directions, between you and someone else, or between you and whatever they've been committed to here. It can be their job. They could have been married to their job. I don't know, but some of you feel really betrayed down by this person. You feel betrayed and let down. So let's keep going. Let's see what the messages are. We are so not done, Aries. Welcome. Thank you for being here. Wow. Yeah. I'm going towards my sun. I'm going to plan. Now, the Seven of Swords, is known as the Thief card, but it's not always in a bad way. I look at this as, I feel like I've earned this and I'm going towards my happiness. So somebody feels like they need to sneak away, get away from another situation that maybe they're bound and tied to. Okay. Maybe there's a lot of conflict in their life, or there's somebody jealous around your connection. Or they really like your person, they're really obsessed with your person. They don't want them to go. They know that they want to go towards you. They feel like they need to get away from that situation. They may bring this to you and let you know that with the sun here, because the sun illuminates everything. So they may feel like they just want to tell you everything. Like, I had to get away from this situation here, and I've been very successful. I feel like if that's the case, they are going to be successful at getting away from whatever situation that they're bound to here. If they're bound to a situation or several people in their life, they can be friends. It can be friends of theirs that are really jealous because they see they're going towards what makes them happy. They can see that, they have a love for you, a very special place in their heart for you, and that they want to give you attention. You've given them attention maybe, and there's somebody in their life or several people here with the Five of Wands that's very jealous about that, or they've been very jealous of your success. of you moving forward. It could be. And again, if you're in the limelight or getting a lot of attention, recognition, doing really well, that's really bothering them, watching you, move forward. Yeah, that's kind of what I'm seeing, but I mostly feel like it's on their end. And generally speaking, I pick up their energy more than I ever do our own, but we're going to keep going. Why is the sun here, please, for Aries? Why is the sun here for Aries? Let me know what's going on with the sun. Why is the sun here? These cards are, yeah, I could feel them falling out. Okay, so Four of Wands. So this can represent that your person here, whoever that is for you, Aries, is they want to sneak away from whatever situation they're in right now. They're trying to figure out how to do it. Because they can't stop thinking about you and your connection, and they feel like they need to tell you something here. Now, either they're already in a marriage or commitment, or they want to sneak away from anybody that's jealous in their environment, period, whether that's family, friends, a love interest that is interested in them, but they're not interested, vice versa. It's not mutual. They want to tell you something about marriage, commitment. Maybe, I want marriage and commitment with you, Aries, but this is what's going on. There's conflict in my life. I do feel for some of you, they're in a codependent situation with the devil energy and the Six of Pentacles, meaning that they're giving to everybody. This is somebody that gives to everybody. They're used to taking care of everybody. This could be an emperor, although I don't have the emperor here. I have the pre-emperor, the King of Wands here. So let's see. Why is the Four of Wands here, please, for Aries? Why is the Four of Wands here? Yeah. Your person may be stuck in a codependent situation, in a marriage, in a commitment. But the universe is saying, really, truly, they're overthinking it because you're never truly stuck. Okay, these other messages want to come out. Yeah. Okay, interesting, though. The Ten of Pentacles came out in reverse. So their marriage, their commitment that they're in, if they're in marriage or commitment, or whether they have codependent family members, because it can be their own kids, whether they're grown or not, young. It could be with the Six of Cups. This is in reverse. It's not stable. The environment itself is not stable and hasn't been stable for quite some time. Okay, but there could be children kind of keeping an eye on their parents so that they don't kind of just take off and leave them because they're so used to their sugar daddy or sugar mama being there. It could be. But regardless, this is not a stable situation. I feel like they want to tell you what's going on. Yeah, we have the Queen of Pentacles. Could be a Taurus, Capricorn, or Virgo. Wow, Hierophant, I cannot make this up. For some of you, they're in a codependent marriage. Okay, this Queen of Pentacles could be keeping an eye on your person. Or this is somebody coming towards you. And they see you as their future spouse, but they feel like your connection is unstable right now because you're both stuck. And it can be both of those things. It could be in a marriage and commitment, but they see you as marriage and commitment, but they are in a codependent situation that they're having a trouble breaking free from. The Hierophant here, this is about tradition, values. Whatever was stable at one point is no longer stable. It can be that they have like a family business together. It's not going well. Somebody's trying to get away with some of the money. It can be with the Seven of Swords. That can indicate that there's been some trickery here. And that's going to come to light. Maybe they found out that their wife, their spouse, or their children, or somebody has been taking money, taking more than their fair share. It could be. Or maybe there's somebody that's in their life, their family, that is, and it can be their own dependent children. If they're older, kind of taking advantage of their mom, their dad. Again, not gender specific. It is a general reading, right? So personal readings are available at shacy.com. That's more geared towards your energy because I calculate your chart, right? So it's going to be more specific. But what I'm getting here is that this is a traditional family type value setting. Maybe where, the man makes all the money and the wife stays home with the kids, and it's always been that way. But now we're realizing that, I could have, like, that's not my true destiny. Things have changed. I kind of want to go towards something where I can have more growth, more success. So I'm getting the feeling that someone feels stuck and stagnant where they are. Okay. And, You know, people do change, things do change. Just because you're in a traditional relationship and you grew up that way, it doesn't mean that that's going to be the way it is for the rest of your life. You know, you may go into a marriage or and commitment with, I mean, all of us do. None of us go into a marriage or commitment planning to split up, but things happen. You know, you have children or a job happens that, you know, you lose your job and the stress happens, and, you know, there's all kinds of things, family interference, you know, friend influences, things like that. Like, you don't go into a marriage intending for it to end, but sometimes children changes things, a job will change things, siblings will change things, interference from family members, mother-in-laws, father-in-law, it goes on, grandparents, right? And it's like, sometimes when a situation becomes to the point where it's toxic, and I'm not saying that's a way for all of you, but we've got the devil energy here twice. It's time to really think here with the hermit about what decision and choice to make for your future. Like, you know, I'm kind of waiting to take the action towards my happiness to where I can have growth, because I feel stuck where I am, because, you know, now that our children are grown up, and I'm just giving an example, could be anything, right? Now that our children are growing up and they're leaving the nest, I'm finding that there's no growth here. You know, I just kind of want to get away from where I am, but I'm with, you know, one person in my life. Could be your own mother or father, or their mother and father, that I am stuck to because they're dependent on me, because they don't work, because they don't have much money. Or they can't work. If my mom or my dad is sick and ill, I got to take care of them. Like, there's all kinds of situations out there, and it's tradition to take care of that family member or whatever, but things change and people change, and people have a hard time with change, right? But let's see what's going on with this Hierophant. What's going on with this Hierophant? Yeah. So I feel like somebody wants to gain their stability back here with the Knight of Pentacles. I'm going very slowly towards creating something new for myself, something stable. The environment that we're in is you know, no longer stable. It's no longer sustainable. I don't feel like it's where my destiny lies, where I'm supposed to be. Somebody knows that their destiny lies somewhere else. And I feel that's with you, Aries. But again, feel free to flip the energies. It can be vice versa. Again, depends who's watching. But let's go ahead and see where your person's energy is going, whoever you're dealing with or will be dealing with. I'm going to go ahead and use another deck for their energy. So what's going on with Aries person now, or coming towards Aries in the future? What do we need to know? What do we need to know? So part two, what I'm going to do is I'm going to clarify what's here with another deck in part two. And then I'm also going to get the fun tarot of SEX, get the intimate messages, how your person feels about you intimately. Okay. And we're going to get some love messages from your person, what they would like to confess to you, advice and guidance. We're just going to dig. All right, let's see what's going on. What's going on with Aries person of interest? Well, that was fast. They're very much keeping things to themselves. For some of you, this person's been holding on to a situation because of stability. It's because that's what they're used to, what they know. Okay, so they're moving very, very, very slowly. I feel this is their energy. You very well could be dealing with an earth sign, and earth signs are very slow, or they have strong earth in their chart, or they're concentrating again on their finances because they feel like they're unstable. It can be that maybe their wife or their mother or their father or their sister, their brother, their children kind of took more than their fair share. Maybe they gave them access to the bank account, the credit card. Big mistake. Just saying. Don't do that. But anyways, I can't tell you what to do. It's your life. But I'm just saying, this is somebody that is trying to hold on to everything that they got, because they feel like, you know, maybe somebody will take everything. If I leave this marriage or the commitment, you know, they're going to take everything from you. They're going to try to take everything from me. We do have justice here. Like, maybe we're taking a bit of a risk and a bit of a chance because we feel like we're going to be taken to the cleaners here if we leave this situation. I do feel like they want to figure out a way to reach out to you and tell you what's been going on, what their fears are, what they're worried about. But this is the King of Wands I feel like you're dealing with. Or again, that's your energy. If that's your energy, This is you. I mean, you're basically almost an emperor here pretty soon, and you're bossing up and you're figuring it out, and you're making plans for your future. You know, you're going to go towards your growth because you feel like this connection, there's two sides to every story. This connection is too unstable. You feel like it's too slow. You've been holding on to them, but at the same time, you know, you want to create something new. It makes you happy, but at the same time you feel stuck, you know, because you have this deep connection with this person, but they're moving too slow and they're keeping too much to themselves. So you don't know what's going on for most of you. Let's clarify the Four of Pentacles for Aries person. Yeah. Okay, so Five of Swords indicates that, you know, they're very stressed out. But again, they are keeping things to themselves, but I feel like it's because they're stuck financially. They feel like maybe financially they can't move forward yet. Finances are coming in too slow. If there's any justice or legal issues, that's coming in too slow. They're not getting the money when they're expecting. They could be trying to shove some money aside. This could be them kind of trying to keep some money aside for themselves because they feel like they're going to get taken to the cleaners. So they feel like, you know, they don't want to be left with nothing. Clarify the Five of Swords. But you may feel like this person's been playing games with you because they're keeping things to themselves. I feel like they're trying to make these very, very careful plans here because they're worried about you know, being left with nothing is kind of what I'm getting here. Yeah, so they may miss this opportunity with you because they're not ready to accept your cut because they have been stressed, because they're penny pinching quite possibly here. They may not want to tell you that. Clarify the Four of Cups. They could be giving to everybody and left with virtually nothing. Yeah. Nine of Pentacles. That's single, financially stable, independent. But many of you, you know, they feel like you're feeling left out in the cold, you know, but it's also the fact that they're feeling this sense of lack. They're worried about the sense of lack because they want to, you know, come out ahead. They want to overcome the challenges and they're very stressed. So they're keeping things to themselves. They feel like they have to in order to have success here. Okay. But they're really worried about, you know, financial and material hardship here. And they're worried about certain family members, maybe their own children or whoever, you know, leaving them out in the cold if they decide to, you know, take off here. I feel like somebody's keeping an eye on them to make sure that they're not giving to more than one person. And even though this marriage is upside down, it could be in the justice and legal system already, could be a separation, divorce. That part's not clear. We'll find out more in part 2. I don't want to miss the messages here. I want to go ahead and get your tarot charms. So let's see what the messages are. Okay, so I have a couple of names here. This could be who you're dealing with, who you are, or who you're going to meet in the future. Somebody you know. I have the name Jeff. I have the name Kathy. I have the name Gerard. Okay, so Spirit's letting you know that there is peace coming to your life. You're being watched over by your angels. Okay, so that's a beautiful thing. And look at that. We've got home sweet home. So some of you, you know, you could be going into a marriage and commitment with this person in the future here. It's just that things are not stable yet, but they see you as marriage material with the Four of Wands, Ten of Pentacles in reverse, Queen of Pentacles, and the Hierophant. So this person, you know, wants to come to you, but they're coming slowly because they're trying to get away from this other rather unpleasant situation that they feel that they're stuck in. Okay, so it can be that right now they still obligated to some family members and they're feeling stuck, is what I'm getting for some of you here. Okay, so patience is needed here, but, you know, don't shoot the messenger. I always say don't wait for anybody. Continue on your growth, your path here, okay? Because I feel like for some of you, this is you coming up as the Nine of Pentacles. You can totally take care of yourself here, and, you know, you do a mighty fine job of it too, is what I'm getting. Yes, there's definitely something about timing here. There's the clock. So again, it's about the, you know, we need to let go of control and just live our lives and let things happen the way that they're meant to. With that being said, let's go ahead and get another message. What are the messages for Aries? What are the love oracle messages for Aries? This connection. with their soulmate, whoever they're thinking about. Wow. Redirect your thoughts. Focus on what you want to attract in this relationship, not on what you fear will happen. Okay. Accept and work with the flaws in yourself so you can learn to accept others as they are. So love your shadow side. So I feel like Spirit is just saying, like, none of us are perfect. You know, we just need to kind of redirect our thoughts into what we can control rather than what we can't. Just let things happen naturally here, and honestly understand that you are enough. This is no reflection on you. This is a battle that they need to figure out on their own here. You're enough. The person you're meant to be with will love you the way you are, and you don't need to change. So there's nothing wrong with you whatsoever. Your person has some blockages here. 7 to the 8 of Swords. They're trying to figure out how to become unstuck here. That part is very clear. Okay. Interesting. We have the World here, right? And here, the Two of Wands, we're holding up the World. So they're trying to figure out here, you know, I feel like they're somewhat in this stage too of where is my true life path? Where does my destiny lie? Does it lie with you, Aries? You know, I'm waiting. So in some respects, they're waiting to be sure of what their path is. I feel like they're very excited and they're taking the path forward slowly until they gain the clarity here. But, you know, they're trying to keep things to themselves because it's like, they're not 100% sure. That's why they went into hermit mode. That's why they went quiet. They want to be sure of what their next game plan is here, I'm getting. But they're thinking about you. No two ways about it. We got the Six of Cups and the Camera. So you're on their mind. Or you would not be in this reading. You're on their mind. This person may be really into music. We've got the guitar here as well. Yeah. Okay, and for some of you here, they may buy a new car. They may own a Volkswagen Bug, or they're thinking about it, or you do. We have the airplane, so this person may need to travel to you, or maybe they're going to travel the world. We have the World here. We have travel. We have the Fool. They're going to take a chance. They're going to travel. Maybe they'll reach out to you during their travels. They're really thinking about how to overcome the challenges in their life is what I'm getting. Okay, this person I feel is very protective, especially if they have children. Okay, and we have the Butterfly. So your person's going through some kind of a transformation. And with the Star here twice, it can represent that you both have been going through changes and transformation. You know, looking at things from a very real perspective is kind of what I'm getting. Seeing things honestly, you know, I feel like somebody's going to take the blindfold off here soon is what I'm getting. Let's get your mutual energies. What are the mutual energies, please? Oh, look at this. Missed one charm. Yeah, so Spirit wants you to go with the flow and find joy in the journey. Spirit wants you to know this is a journey, okay? So we can't control what our fate and destiny is. And with the Star energy here, we're definitely, you know, trying to figure out where our destiny lies here. What are the mutual energies, please, between Aries and their person of interest now or coming towards them in the future? Yeah, so there may have been heartbreak between the two of you, okay, because they've been stuck in a situation. Marriage, legal, children, anybody who's jealous here. It's kind of what I'm getting. They're thinking about you, though. Oh, boy, are they ever. Yeah. Okay, so there's heartbreak because we definitely feel this heavy attraction to each other, but maybe it's been a toxic situation because there's been, with the Five of Wands here, too many people involved. I'm getting like jealousy, drama, or arguments here. Somebody definitely keeping things to themselves. The Ace of Wands definitely represents, you know, we're very excited to create something new. This is the male phallic, to be intimate. So I feel like slowly they're coming towards you. I do feel like they get very excited when they think about you. They think about creating this new beginning with you, what they could have with you. Again, for some of you, marriage, home sweet home is showing up here. And so's travel. The Camera, wanting to make memories with you, or are they having memories of you? Both. Yeah. new love, control, situation, power back. So for some of you, this person needs to take their power back in their life. They've been giving to everybody else for so long. They've lost their power. You know how some people, like, you know, you get in a marriage, commitment, family situation. There's a lot of tradition here. It's hard to break free from that. There's certain family expectations, obligations, and you lose yourself in that and you forget who you are. And then one day you wake up and you're like, you know, 60 years old, 50 years old, you know, I'm just throwing it out there. And you're kind of like, well, where did the last 25 years go? It just, boom, it's like gone. That's not going to be for all of you, but it is a message I'm getting. Okay, let's get some animal spirit messages for you. For Aries, please. What are the messages? That's too many. Can I get 1 or 2, please, for Aries? 1 or 2 messages for Aries. OMG. Ooh, we got lion control. Look at that. Okay, so it comes back to let go of control. But let's see what the message is. If you have moderate aggressive impulses, this is an invitation to control your temper. You're encouraged to explore how to express your needs or thoughts more openly and constructively to reduce your level of frustration. So that's either your person or you. Okay, so if we're getting kind of angry or upset, somebody's taking too long here, whether that's you or them, we have the devil energy here twice. We're trying to get away from this situation that we're fed up in, we're stuck in here. Could be you, could be them. B, productivity. It's time to examine your productivity. Disorganization and indecisiveness may be causing you to miss opportunities. Yeah, we definitely had that here with the 4 of Cups. This is about missing an opportunity because we're focusing too much on the past. You know, we're allowing people to leave us feeling stuck, like we can't move because, you know, we have certain traditional values, family beliefs, and, you know, we're heartbroken here because we're bound and tied to the situation where everybody's used to us giving everything to it and they're codependent. We really need to be very careful of that. It's time to examine your productivity. Disorganization and decisiveness may be causing you to miss opportunities. Take a moment to prioritize your goals and get a clear view of how and where you want to go and what will take to get there. I feel like that's for your person. They're trying to figure out, you know, and become clear, you know, how do I get to where I want to go? How do I get to Aries? How do I make these plans? How do I, you know, become unstuck here? I feel like your person's stuck in an unstable, unhealthy situation, out of family obligation, or just generally whoever is surrounding their energy. Okay, let's go ahead and get a couple of messages from your person. Let's see what they would like to say to you. So in part 2, I'm going to clarify what are they getting clarity about here with the Sun, and where are they sneaking off to? Are they off to see you? Because they're definitely trying to, it's like they want to be intimate with you here with that Ace of Wands. That's what I'm getting. You know, so if you've been intimate with this person, they may miss the intimacy. Or, you know, they may have had a few moments with you and they, you know, imagine being intimate with you. It could be. They're definitely with the Hermit energy really, really thinking about, you know, where the future lies here. And I feel like they may want commitment here with you with that Queen of Pentacles. I just feel like your connection itself is not stable at this time. Expectation. I want to be all that you want me to be. I don't want to disappoint you. I know you have a lot of expectations from me and I'm trying to stand for that. But at times, I feel you're so far away from that and I'm afraid to let you down or disappoint you. So at times they feel like they're far away from giving you what you really deserve and what your expectations are. They may feel like they can't live up to your expectations. Blessed. I'm blessed beyond measure to share such a powerful divine love with you. I'm so grateful for you and give thanks to the divine creator. Embrace your beautiful divinity. You are a precious gift in my life. So they feel like you're a very precious gift here. Okay, they see you doing very, very well. They see you getting a lot of deserved recognition, attention here. And they want you to know soon. Our reunion is imminent. Wow. And I'm doing what I can to be ready for you. I'm working hard on myself to be a better provider for you. I hear your call for me and coming back to you. This is my promise to you that soon we will reunite again. Okay, so you're definitely on their mind. Again, I want to say the Six of Cups here and the star energy. They're thinking about you. They feel like you're very authentic, you're very real, and they truly feel like you are their destiny. So they're trying to figure out a way to come back to you. For many of you here, that's what I'm getting. And they definitely want intimacy with you. Okay, it's like they're thinking about, how do I get away here? I'm very excited, but I'm also feeling stuck here. So let's go ahead and see where they're sneaking off to. We're going to get another deck to clarify. I'm going to get more love messages from your person, see where we're going with this reunion for some of you. But there's definitely a new beginning here. We have new love, and we also have the Ace of Wands. So that's the Ace of Cups and the Ace of Wands. So they're very excited about your love, about your connection. I just feel like it hasn't been able to get off the ground. It hasn't been stable because they've been stuck in this other situation, traditional values, family, whoever they're having to give to at this time. So let's start digging and see where May takes us. We're going to dig so much deeper. I'm also going to pull the Fun Tarot of SEX, get the intimate messages, especially since the Ace of Wands is here. And yeah, let's start digging. Okay, so if this is where you leave me, Aries, I will see you next time. For those of you who see me on part 2, upper right hand corner, it'll say part 2, watch me now. Personal readings are available below in the comment section, or I'm going to pin it in the comment section. Part 2 options are there, and I appreciate each and every one of you. And yeah, I'll see you next time. Bye for now.